I sat in the wrong VIP booth. The powerful stranger looked at me and said, "Sit, you're with me tonight." My name is Chloe Bennett, and I'm 26 years old. I work as a marketing coordinator in New York City. This story is about how one mistake at a nightclub completely changed my life. It was a Friday night. My friends and I were celebrating my coworker's birthday at one of the hottest clubs in Manhattan, the kind of place with velvet ropes and impossibly beautiful people. We had reserved a small booth on the main floor, nothing fancy, but better than standing all night. I went to the bar to get drinks. When I came back, I couldn't find our booth. The club was packed. Dark, loud music making it impossible to think. I saw what I thought was our booth and walked over. Set down the drinks, sat down. Then I realized my mistake. This wasn't our booth. It was a VIP booth, much nicer, expensive bottle service, and there was already someone sitting there. A man in his early 30s, dark hair, sharp suit, the kind of presence that made everyone around him seem less important. "I'm so sorry," I said, standing up quickly. "Wrong booth." The man looked at me. His eyes were intense, dark brown, almost black. "Sit," he said. It wasn't a request. It was a command. "I should leave," I said. "My friends are waiting." "Sit," he repeated. "You're with me tonight." "I don't even know you," I pointed out. "Not yet," the man said. "But you will." Something in his voice made me hesitate. I should have left, should have grabbed my drinks and found my actual booth. Instead, I sat down. "Who are you?" I asked. "Damien Cross," he said. "Should I know that name?" I asked. "Most people do," Damien said, "but I like that you don't." "Why did you want me to stay?" I asked. "Because you're interesting," Damien said. "You walked into my booth by mistake, looked genuinely horrified when you realized most women would try to stay, make excuses, but you wanted to leave. That intrigued me." "I was just lost," I said. "It's crowded. Easy mistake." "Maybe," Damien said, "or maybe fate." "I don't believe in fate," I said. "Neither did I," Damien said, "until tonight." We talked for an hour. Damien was charming and intelligent and surprisingly easy to talk to. He owned a tech company, was in New York for business meetings, lived in San Francisco. "You should go find your friends," Damien finally said. "They're probably worried." "They are," I confirmed, checking my phone, multiple missed calls and texts. "But before you go," Damien said, "give me your number." "Why?" I asked. "Because I want to see you again," Damien said. "Tomorrow. Dinner?" "I have plans tomorrow," I lied. "Cancel them," Damien said. "Have dinner with me instead." "That's presumptuous," I said. "It is," Damien agreed, "but I know what I want, and I want to get to know you better." I gave him my number. Don't know why. Maybe the champagne, maybe his confidence. Maybe I was just intrigued. I found my friends. They were furious. "Where have you been?" my friend Sarah demanded. "We've been looking everywhere." "I got lost," I said. "Ended up in the wrong booth." "For an hour?" Sarah asked skeptically. "It's complicated," I said. The next day, Damien texted, "Dinner tonight, 8 p.m. I'll send a car." I should have said no. Should have told him I wasn't interested. Instead, I texted back, "Where?" "You'll see," Damien replied. "Trust me." The car arrived at 7:30. A black town car, professional driver. He took me to a restaurant I had only read about, impossibly exclusive, reservations months in advance. Damien was waiting at a private table. "You came," he said. "You doubted I would?" I asked. "I hoped you would," Damien corrected. "There's a difference." Dinner was incredible. We talked about everything. Our childhoods, our careers, our dreams. Damien told me about building his company from nothing, about the pressure of success. I told him about my job, about feeling stuck, about wanting more from life but not knowing how to get it. "You're settling," Damien said. "In what way?" I asked. In every way, Damien said. Your job, your apartment, probably your relationships. You're capable of so much more, but you're playing it safe. You don't know me well enough to say that, I pointed out. Don't I? Damien asked. Chloe, in the past 24 hours, I've learned more about you than you realize. You're smart, ambitious, but afraid. Afraid of what? I asked. Of wanting too much, Damien said. Of reaching for things you think are beyond you. That booth last night? You could have stayed when you realized your mistake, could have pretended you belonged there, but you didn't, because you don't think you deserve VIP treatment. Maybe I just didn't want to intrude, I said. Or maybe you're so used to settling for the main floor that you can't imagine sitting at the VIP table, Damien said. After dinner, Damien's driver took me home. Before I got out, Damien said something. I'm leaving for San Francisco tomorrow, he said. Come with me. What? I asked. Come to San Francisco, Damien repeated. Take a week off work. Stay with me. Get to know me better. I can't just leave, I said. I have a job, a life. A life you just told me feels stuck, Damien reminded me. When was the last time you did something spontaneous? Something that scared you? I don't know you, I said. That's the point, Damien said. Get to know me. Take a risk for once. I went home that night confused. Damien was intense, overwhelming, but also exciting in a way nothing in my life had been for years. The next morning, I called in sick to work, packed a bag, texted Damien. I'll come for 3 days, not a week. His response was immediate. I'll send the car in an hour. We flew to San Francisco on Damien's private plane, my first time on a private jet. It was surreal. Damien's house was in Pacific Heights, more like a mansion than a house. Views of the bay, modern furniture, art that looked expensive. This is where you live? I asked. When I'm in San Francisco, Damien said. I also have places in New York and London. Of course you do, I said. Over the next 3 days, Damien showed me his world. Tech industry events, expensive restaurants, his company headquarters. He introduced me to people as his girlfriend, even though we barely knew each other. You told them I'm your girlfriend, I said after one event. Aren't you? Damien asked. We've known each other 3 days, I pointed out. And, Damien said, time doesn't matter, connection does. We have a connection. On the 3rd night, Damien made dinner. He was surprisingly good at cooking. You're full of surprises, I said. I try to be, Damien replied. Keeps life interesting. Why me? I asked. Why pursue me so intensely? Because you're real, Damien said. Everyone in my world wants something. Money, connections, access. But you walked into my booth by mistake and wanted to leave. You're not impressed by wealth or status. That's rare. I'm impressed, I admitted, by all of this. Your house, your company, your life. But you're not here because of those things, Damien said. You're here because of me, the person, not the billionaire. Is that true? I asked myself. Was I here for Damien the person, or was I seduced by his world? I didn't know. On the 4th day, I was supposed to fly home. I extended my stay instead. Took the rest of the week off work. Damien seemed pleased. You're learning to be spontaneous, he said. Or I'm being reckless, I countered. Same thing sometimes, Damien said. By the end of the week, I was falling for him, really falling. It was terrifying. This man I barely knew, who lived across the country, who moved in circles I could never belong to. I have to go home, I told him. I know, Damien said, but come back. When? I asked. Next weekend, Damien said. And the weekend after. We'll make this work. How? I asked. You're in San Francisco. I'm in New York. I'll fly to you, Damien said. You'll fly to me? We'll figure it out. For 6 months, that's what we did. He flew to New York. I flew to San Francisco. We spent every weekend together. It was exhausting, but exhilarating. My friends thought I was crazy. You barely know him, Sarah said. You're flying across the country every week for a guy. I know him better than I've known anyone, I argued. And yes, the distance is hard, but he's worth it. After 6 months, Damien asked me to move to San Francisco. I'll set you up in your own apartment, he said, help you find a job. We can actually be together instead of constantly traveling. I can't just uproot my life, I said. Why not? Damien asked. What's keeping you in New York? My job, my friends, my apartment, I listed. A job you hate, friends you barely see anymore because you're always traveling, and an apartment you could leave tomorrow, Damien countered. Chloe, take the risk. I took the risk. Quit my job, left my apartment, moved to San Francisco. Damien was true to his word. Got me an apartment near his house, helped me find a job at a marketing firm, better pay than my New York job, more interesting work. For a year, things were perfect. We saw each other almost every day, fell deeper in love. Then Damien proposed. We were at his lake house, just the two of us. Chloe Bennett, he said, you walked into my booth by mistake and changed my life. Marry me. Yes, I said. Obviously, yes. We got married 6 months later. Small ceremony in Napa, just close friends and family. In my vows, I talked about wrong booths and powerful strangers, about how one mistake led to everything. In his vows, Damien talked about connection, about how he knew the moment I sat in his booth that I was different, that I was his. 2 years after sitting in the wrong VIP booth, I was building a life with Damien. It wasn't always easy. His world was demanding, but we were committed to making it work. That's what I tell people when they ask how we met. I sat in the wrong VIP booth. A powerful stranger told me to sit, that I was with him. Somehow, that turned into love. It sounds like a movie. It felt like a movie, but it was real. And I am grateful every day for that mistake. But our story didn't end with the wedding. That was just the beginning of learning what marriage actually meant. The first year was an adjustment. I had moved across the country for Damien, left everything familiar behind. Sometimes I felt lost in his world. One night, about 4 months into our marriage, I broke down. I don't know who I am anymore, I told Damien. What do you mean? He asked. I moved here for you, I said. I'm in your city, in your world, around your friends. Where do I fit in all of this? You fit with me, Damien said. That's not enough, I said. I need my own identity, my own life. Then build it, Damien said. I'm not stopping you. You're not helping either, I said. You introduced me as your wife. That's all I am in this world, your wife. That's not all you are, Damien said. You have a job, a career, friends. But they're all because of you, I argued. The job came through your connections. The friends are your friends' wives. Everything in my life here traces back to you. So what do you want? Damien asked. I want to build something that's mine, I said. Something that has nothing to do with you or your money or your connections. Then do it, Damien said. I went back to school, started an MBA program at Stanford. It was grueling. Classes, studying, group projects, all while trying to maintain a marriage. Damien was supportive, but he didn't understand why I needed this. You already have a good job, he said. Why put yourself through business school? Because I need to prove I can do it, I explained. That I'm more than just your wife. You've never been just my wife, Damien said. But I could tell he didn't really get it. 2 years into marriage, I graduated with my MBA, started my own marketing consultancy. Small at first, just me and one employee, but it was mine. Damien tried to help, offered to invest, give me clients. I refused. This has to be mine, I told him. Built with my skills, not your money. He was hurt, but he respected it. 3 years into marriage, we had our first major fight. Damien wanted to buy a bigger house, something in Nob Hill. I wanted to stay where we were. "We don't need a bigger house," I said. "It's just the two of us." "It's an investment," Damien argued, "and it's where we should be living, given my position." "I don't care about your position," I said. "I care about living within our means." "Our means can afford a $20 million house," Damien pointed out. "Your means," I corrected. "I'm not using your money to buy a house." "We're married," Damien said. "My money is our money." "No," I said. "Your money is your money. I'm not a gold digger." "I never said you were," Damien said. "Then stop trying to give me things," I said. "Stop trying to buy me houses and cars and jewelry. I don't want your money. I want you." We didn't talk for 3 days. Finally, Damien came to me. "I'm sorry," he said. "I've been thinking about what you said. I realize I've been trying to show love through money, because that's what I know. But you're right. You don't want things. You want partnership." "I do," I confirmed. "I want us to build a life together, not you building a life and me living in it." From then on, we made decisions together. Equal partners. 4 years into marriage, my business took off. I landed 3 major clients, hired 5 more employees, moved into an office space. Damien was proud. "You did this," he said, "all on your own." "I did," I confirmed, "and it feels amazing." "That's when I understood why you needed it," Damien said. "The independence, the proof that you're successful on your own merits." "Exactly," I said. 5 years after sitting in that wrong booth, Damien and I were finally in sync. Equal partners, both successful, both fulfilled. Then I got pregnant. It was unexpected. We hadn't been trying, weren't sure we wanted kids. But there it was, a positive pregnancy test. "How do you feel?" Damien asked. "Terrified," I admitted. "What about you?" "The same," Damien said, "but also excited. We're gonna have a baby." "We're gonna have a baby," I repeated. The reality settling in. The pregnancy was hard. I had severe morning sickness, exhaustion, and I was trying to run my business through it all. "You need to slow down," Damien said. "I can't," I argued. "My clients depend on me." "Your health is more important," Damien said. "Let me help. Hire someone to manage the day-to-day. Focus on staying healthy." For once, I accepted his help, hired a COO for my company, stepped back, and focused on the pregnancy. Our daughter was born in March. We named her Emma. She was perfect. Tiny and beautiful and terrifying. "I don't know how to be a mother," I told Damien. "Neither of us knows how to be parents," Damien said. "We'll figure it out together." The first year of Emma's life was brutal. She didn't sleep. I was exhausted. My business was suffering because I couldn't focus. I felt like I was failing at everything. One night, I broke down. "I can't do this," I told Damien. I was crying, Emma was crying. Everything felt impossible. "Yes, you can," Damien said. He took Emma from me. "Go to bed. Sleep. I'll handle tonight." "But she needs to nurse," I said. "I'll bring her to you when she's hungry. Otherwise, I've got this." I slept for 6 hours, the longest stretch since Emma was born. When I woke up, Damien was in the nursery, rocking Emma, singing to her quietly. He looked exhausted but content. "Thank you," I said. "We're a team," Damien reminded me. "You don't have to do this alone." 2 years after Emma's birth, things settled into a rhythm. She was sleeping better, I had hired more help for my business, Damien had cut back on travel to be home more. We were finding balance. Then Damien's company faced a crisis, a major security breach, client data stolen. The media went wild. Damien was consumed with managing the fallout. He barely slept, rarely ate. I tried to be supportive, took care of Emma, kept our home life stable, but I also watched him destroying himself. "You need to take a break," I told him. "I can't," Damien said. "If I don't fix this, I lose everything." You're going to make yourself sick, I said. I don't have a choice, Damien argued. You always have a choice, I said. You're choosing work over health, over family. That's not fair, Damien said. Life isn't fair, I countered. But you need to decide what matters more, your company or your family. Both matter, Damien said. But right now, the company needs me. The company will survive, I said. But will we? Damien looked at me. Really looked at me. You're right, he said. I've been so focused on the crisis that I've neglected you and Emma. I'm sorry. Damien delegated more, started coming home for dinner, put Emma to bed every night. The crisis was eventually resolved, the company recovered, our marriage survived. 7 years after that wrong booth, we renewed our vows. We stood on the beach in Maui with Emma watching. In my vows, I talked about wrong booths and powerful strangers, about how one mistake led to a decade of love. In his vows, Damien talked about knowing, about how he knew the moment I sat down that I was different, that I was his. Emma gave a speech. My parents' love story is crazy, she said. She was 7 and taking her flower girl duties very seriously. Mom sat in the wrong booth, Dad was bossy and told her to stay. Somehow they fell in love. Everyone laughed. Emma continued, but what I learned from them is that love is about choice. They choose each other every day, even when it's hard. That's what I want someday. Damien and I both cried. After the vow renewal, we talked about the past decade. 10 years, I said. A decade since that nightclub. Best mistake of my life, Damien said. Mine too, I agreed. Do you ever think about what would have happened if I had left? I asked. If I hadn't sat down when you told me to? All the time, Damien admitted, and I'm grateful you stayed, even though I was being presumptuous and demanding. You were, I confirmed, but something in your voice made me want to stay, made me curious about who you were. I'm glad you were curious, Damien said. Me too, I said. 11 years in, Emma started asking about siblings. Can I have a brother or sister? She asked. Damien and I looked at each other. We hadn't discussed having another child. Do you want another baby? I asked him later. I don't know, Damien admitted. I love our family as it is, but I also loved having siblings growing up. What about you? I'm scared, I admitted. Emma's pregnancy was hard. The first year was brutal. I'm not sure I can do that again. Then we don't, Damien said. Emma is enough. Our family is perfect as it is. But what if Emma really wants a sibling? I asked. Then we'll explain that not all families are the same size, and ours is exactly the size it's meant to be. 12 years after that wrong booth, Damien's father passed away. They had a complicated relationship. His father had never approved of me, thought Damien should marry someone from their social circle. But Damien grieved. I supported him through it, let him talk when he needed to, gave him space when he wanted it. Thank you, he said one night, for being here, for understanding. Where else would I be? I asked. I'm your wife. This is what we do. 13 years in, Emma started middle school. She was growing up fast, becoming her own person. One night, she asked about our relationship. How did you know Dad was the one? Emma asked. I didn't at first, I admitted. He was intense and overwhelming, but there was something about him, a connection I couldn't explain. How long did it take to know for sure? Emma asked. Maybe a year, I said. After we'd been through some challenges, after I saw how he handled hard things. That's when I knew. What made you know? Emma asked Damien. He thought about it. Your mom didn't want my money, Damien said. Didn't care about my status. She wanted me, the person. That's rare, and I knew I couldn't let her go. 14 years into marriage, I published my second book. This one about relationships, about building partnership through challenges. The book was dedicated to Damien, for teaching me that love is a choice we make every day. The book did even better than the first. I went on a book tour. Damien came with me. We traveled together, spent time in hotels. remembered what it was like before Emma. "This is nice," I said one night. "Just us." "It is," Damien agreed. "I love Emma, but I also love us, just the two of us." "We should do this more," I said. "Take trips together. Remember, we're not just parents, but partners." "Agreed," Damien said. 15 years after sitting in the wrong VIP booth, we were still growing, still learning, still choosing each other. "I sat in the wrong booth," I said one night. We were on our porch in San Francisco. Emma was at a sleepover. "And you told me to sit," I continued. "Said I was with you for the night." "I thought you were arrogant," Damien said. "I was arrogant, but I was also right. You are with me. Not just that night, but every night since." "Best wrong booth I ever sat in," I said. "Best mistake I ever made," Damien agreed. We sat there in the quiet evening, two people who had met by accident and chosen each other on purpose. 15 years of choosing each other, and hopefully many more to come. 16 years after that nightclub brought new challenges. Damien's company was going through a major acquisition. He was stressed, working constantly, barely home. I tried to be understanding, but I also felt alone. "We're barely seeing each other," I told him one night. "I know," Damien said. "I'm sorry. This deal is huge." "It's always huge," I said. "There's always another deal, another crisis, another reason you can't be present." "That's not fair," Damien said. "My work is important." "So is your family," I countered. "Emma is asking why you're never home." "I'm home as much as I can be," Damien argued. "Is it enough?" I asked. "That's the question. Is your work more important than us?" We went to counseling, a therapist who specialized in high-achieving couples. "You're both right," the therapist said. "Damien's work is important, but so is family time. We need to find balance." We worked on it. Damien blocked out time for family, dinner at least 3 nights a week, Emma's school events, date nights with me. The acquisition went through. Damien's company doubled in size. His net worth increased exponentially. But more importantly, our marriage survived. 17 years in, Emma started high school. She was talking about college, about careers. She wanted to study business. "Like you and Dad," she said. "Build something of my own." "I'm proud of you," I said. "But Emma, you don't have to follow our path. You can be anything." "I want to be like you," Emma said. "You built a business, sold it, became an author. You didn't let Dad's success define you. You made your own success. That means everything to me." Tears filled my eyes. Damien overheard. "She's right," he said. "You've shown her that she can be her own person, even while being part of a partnership. That's an important lesson." 18 years after sitting in that wrong booth, I started another company, a consulting firm for women entrepreneurs, helping them build businesses and maintain identities separate from their partners. Damien thought it was perfect. "You're turning your experience into something that helps others," he said. "That's powerful." "I hope so," I said. "I don't want other women to struggle the way I did, to lose themselves in their partner's success." With Damien's blessing, I also started speaking at conferences and universities, sharing my story about sitting in the wrong booth, about moving across the country for love, about fighting to maintain my identity, about building a partnership that honored both people. The speaking engagements led to more opportunities, a podcast, a third book, a following of women who resonated with my message. 19 years in, Damien decided to step back from his company. He was 51, ready to focus on other things. "What will you do?" I asked. "Travel with you," Damien said. "Spend more time with Emma. Work on passion projects. Actually enjoy the wealth I've spent 20 decades building." "I love that," I said. 20 years after sitting in the wrong VIP booth, we threw a party. 2 decades since that night. 2 decades of marriage minus the 2 years of dating and long distance. In my speech, I talked about mistakes that become destinies, about sitting in the wrong place and finding the right person. In his speech, Damien talked about knowing, about how some connections transcend logic, how he knew within minutes that I was different. Emma, now 15, gave a toast. "My parents met because Mom got lost in a nightclub," she said. "Dad was bossy and told her to sit down. Mom should have left, but she stayed." Everyone laughed. Emma continued, "What they taught me is that love requires courage. Mom had the courage to move across the country, to build her own career instead of living off Dad's money, to be her own person while being part of a partnership. Dad had the courage to let her, to support her even when it meant she didn't need him financially, to be a partner instead of a provider. That's the kind of love I want someday." Looking around that room, I felt overwhelmed with gratitude for getting lost that night, for sitting in the wrong booth, for Damien telling me to stay. 20 years of choosing each other. 21 years after that nightclub, Emma graduated high school, top of her class, accepted to Stanford. "My baby is going to college," I said. "She's not a baby anymore," Damien reminded me. "I know," I admitted, "but she'll always be my baby." We moved her into her dorm, set up her room. Emma looked so grown up. "You're going to be great," I told her. "Thanks, Mom," Emma said, "and thank you for showing me what's possible, for proving that women can have careers and families, that we don't have to choose." "You never have to choose," I confirmed. "You can have everything, just maybe not all at once." After we left, Damien and I drove home in silence. The house felt empty, too quiet. "We're empty nesters," I said. "We are," Damien confirmed. "How do you feel?" "Lost," I admitted. "For 18 years, being Emma's mom has been part of my identity. Now what?" "Now we figure out who we are again," Damien said. "Just Chloe and Damien, not Mom and Dad." We started dating again. Weekly dinners out, weekend trips, rediscovering each other. It was strange at first, like learning to be a couple again, but also freeing. We could be spontaneous, could travel without worrying about school schedules, could focus on us. 22 years after sitting in that wrong booth, I had a health scare. Found a lump. Tests showed it was benign, but it shook me. "We're not young anymore," I told Damien. "We're not," he agreed, "but we're healthy. We have time." "How much time?" I asked. "As much as we make of it," Damien said. That's when we decided to really live, to stop putting things off. We traveled, Europe, Asia, Australia, saw places we had always talked about visiting. We spent time with Emma when she was home from college, made memories. We worked on passion projects. Damien started a foundation. I wrote a 4th book. We lived intentionally. 23 years in, Emma met someone at Stanford, a guy named Jake who was studying engineering. She brought him home for Thanksgiving. "He's nervous to meet you," Emma told us. "Why?" I asked. "Because you guys have this epic love story," Emma said. "He's worried he won't measure up." "Tell him to relax," Damien said. "We're not scary." "You're a little scary, Dad," Emma admitted. "You told Mom to sit in your booth within minutes of meeting her. That's pretty intense." "I was confident," Damien corrected. "There's a difference." Over Thanksgiving dinner, Jake asked about how we met. "Emma said you met in a nightclub?" Jake said. "That's right," I confirmed. "I sat in the wrong VIP booth. Damien was already sitting there." "And he just told you to stay?" Jake asked. "Pretty much," I said. "It was presumptuous," Damien admitted, "but it worked." "That's bold," Jake said. "I'm learning that bold is important," Damien said. "If you want something, you have to go for it, not wait for the perfect moment. Just act." I glanced at Jake, wondered if Damien was giving him advice about Emma. 24 years after that nightclub, Emma got engaged. Jake proposed at Stanford. She called us crying happy tears. He proposed, Emma said. Mom, Dad, I'm getting engaged. Congratulations, I said. When's the wedding? We haven't planned yet, Emma said, but I wanted you to know. We love you, Damien said, and if Jake makes you happy, we love him too. At the wedding planning, Emma asked for advice. How did you make it work? She asked. You came from different worlds. How did you bridge that gap? We didn't bridge it, I said. We each walked toward the other, met in the middle. I learned about Damien's world, he learned about mine. We built something new together. That's good advice, Emma said. Jake and I are pretty different too. Different is good, Damien said. It keeps things interesting. 25 years after sitting in that wrong VIP booth, Emma got married. She was 20, young but sure. The wedding was beautiful. Damien walked her down the aisle. I cried through the whole ceremony. In her vows, Emma said something that made us both tear up. My parents taught me that love is about courage and choice. Mom had the courage to sit in that wrong booth and stay when a stranger told her to. Dad had the courage to pursue someone real instead of someone convenient. They chose each other every day for 25 years. That's what I want with Jake. Daily choice. Lifelong courage. After the wedding, Damien and I danced. 25 years, he said. Quarter century since that nightclub. Best quarter century of my life, I said. Mine too, Damien agreed. We held each other, swayed to the music, thought about everything we had been through. Remember when you told me to sit? I asked. How could I forget? Damien said. It was one of the boldest things I've ever done. It paid off, I said. It did, Damien confirmed. Changed both our lives. 26 years in, we became grandparents. Emma and Jake had a baby girl. They named her Chloe, after me. Holding my granddaughter, I thought about cycles, about how the love Damien and I built created this new life. She's perfect, Damien said. She is, I agreed. Our granddaughter. I never imagined this when I sat in your booth. I did, Damien admitted. What? I asked. You imagined we'd have grandchildren? I imagined a life with you, Damien said. Kids, grandkids, growing old together, all of it. You were that sure? I asked. From the first conversation, Damien said. I knew you were it for me. 27 years after that nightclub, we were still going strong, still choosing each other, still grateful for that wrong booth. That's our story, I tell people. I got lost in a nightclub, sat in the wrong VIP booth. A powerful stranger told me to sit, that I was with him. I should have left, but I stayed. That choice led to everything, to 27 years of love, to a daughter, a granddaughter, a life I never imagined but wouldn't trade for anything. Sometimes wrong turns lead to exactly the right place. Sometimes mistakes are really opportunities in disguise. Sometimes sitting in the wrong booth means finding your future. That's what happened to me, and I'm grateful every single day. 28 years after that nightclub brought new perspective. We were in our 50s now, older, wiser, still deeply in love. Age changes you, I said one morning. We were having coffee on our terrace, the same terrace where we had sat countless times over the years. It does, Damien agreed, but some things stay the same. Like what? I asked. How I feel about you, Damien said. That hasn't changed since that first night. Still feels like it did then. The intensity? I asked. The knowing, Damien corrected. I knew that night you were different. That hasn't faded. I reached across the table, took his hand. We sat in comfortable silence, the kind that takes decades to build. 29 years in, Damien had a health scare. Chest pains landed him in the hospital. Tests showed minor heart issues. Nothing life-threatening, but a warning. You need to slow down, the doctor said. Less stress, better diet, more exercise. I've already slowed down, Damien argued. I'm basically retired. Your body disagrees, the doctor said. Listen to it. That night, Damien was quiet. What are you thinking? I asked. I'm thinking about time, Damien said. How much we have left. About making sure we use it well. We will, I promised. We sat together, both aware of mortality in a new way. The next day, we made changes. Started walking every morning. Changed our diet. focused on health, appreciated each day. 30 years after sitting in the wrong VIP booth, we celebrated big. 3 decades since that night in the nightclub. The party was huge. Family, friends, colleagues, everyone who had been part of our journey. In my speech, I talked about the past 3 decades, about wrong booths and powerful strangers and choices that change everything. 30 years ago, I was lost in a nightclub, I said. I sat in the wrong booth. A stranger told me to stay. I should have left. Every logical part of me said to leave. But I stayed, and that choice created this life. I paused, looked at Damien. That stranger became my husband, my partner, my best friend. We built a life together, had challenges and triumphs, raised a daughter, became grandparents. I wouldn't change a single moment. In his speech, Damien talked about knowing, about connection that transcends reason. 30 years ago, a woman sat in my booth by a mistake, he said. Most people would have been annoyed, but I was intrigued. Something about her was different, real, unimpressed by wealth or status, just genuinely herself. He looked at me. I told her to sit, that she was with me. It was presumptuous, bold, maybe even arrogant, but I knew. Sometimes you just know. Those 3 words became our foundation. Sometimes you just know. Emma spoke next. My parents have an unconventional love story, she said. She was holding baby Chloe. Mom got lost, sat in the wrong place. Dad was his usual intense self and basically commanded her to stay. She should have run away. Everyone laughed. But she didn't, Emma continued. She stayed, and over 30 years, they built something incredible. They taught me that love isn't about perfect circumstances. It's about imperfect people choosing each other every single day. After the party, Damien and I went home, sat on our terrace. 30 years, I said. 3 decades since that nightclub. Hard to believe, Damien said. Feels like yesterday and a lifetime ago at the same time. I know what you mean, I said. We sat in comfortable silence, reflected on 3 decades of choosing each other. Do you remember what you said to me? I asked, that first night. I said, sit, Damien recalled. You're with me tonight. 31 years after that nightclub, little Chloe started talking. Her first word was Nana, short for grandma. My heart melted. She's perfect, I said, just like her mother was, Damien agreed. Do you ever miss it? Emma asked. She had come over for dinner. Miss what? I asked. Being young, Emma said, starting out, having your whole life ahead of you. No, I said honestly. I loved those years, but I love now more. Why? Emma asked. Because now I know how it all turns out, I said. Back then, everything was uncertain. Would Damien and I work out? Would long distance destroy us? Would I lose myself in his world? Now I know the answers. We made it work. We survived the distance. I found myself. That certainty is worth more than youth. Plus, Damien added, we're still having adventures, just different ones. 32 years in, I published my 5th book. This one was a memoir, about sitting in the wrong booth and everything that came after. The book was dedicated to Damien, for telling me to sit, for giving me a life beyond anything I imagined. The book became a bestseller. I did interviews, talks, podcasts. Everyone wanted to know about the powerful stranger who told me to stay. He wasn't a stranger for long, I always said. Within a week, I knew him better than I'd known anyone. That's how it works when you really connect with someone. You became my everything very quickly, Damien said during one interview we did together. That must have been intense, the interviewer said. It was, I confirmed, but also right. Sometimes intensity is just passion, and passion becomes partnership. 33 years after that wrong booth, Emma had another baby, a boy this time. They named him Damien, after his grandfather. Damien cried when Emma told him. You're naming him after me? Damien asked. Of course, Emma said. You're the best man I know. You taught me what a good husband looks like, what a good father looks like. I want my son to be like you. Holding my grandson, I thought about legacy, about how the love we built was creating new generations. This is what matters, Damien said. Not the companies or the money or the success. This, family, love, legacy. Agreed, I said. 34 years in, we moved, left San Francisco, bought a house in Napa, somewhere quieter, more peaceful. This feels right, I said on moving day, like the next chapter. It does, Damien agreed. We've lived in the city for decades. Time for something different. We spent our days in Napa walking through vineyards, having long, leisurely meals, hosting Emma and her family on weekends. This is the good life, Damien said one evening. We were sitting on our porch watching the sunset. Not the one I expected, but the one I'm grateful for. What did you expect? I asked. I don't know, Damien admitted. More business, more deals, more building. I thought I'd work until I died. What changed? I asked. You did, Damien said. You showed me there's more to life than work. That partnership and family matter more than any company. 35 years after sitting in that wrong VIP booth, we celebrated quietly, just the two of us, dinner at a small restaurant in Napa. 35 years, I said. More than half my life with you. More than half mine with you, Damien said. If you could go back, I asked, to that nightclub, knowing everything that would happen, would you still tell me to sit? Absolutely, Damien said without hesitation. That was the best decision I ever made. What about you? Would you stay if you could do it over? Yes, I said, even knowing how hard some of it would be. The moving, the identity struggles, all of it. Yes, because it led here. Good, Damien said, because I'm not done with you yet. Not done with me? I asked. We're 60 and 56. How much more life can we have?
Decades, Damien said. We're gonna grow old together, really old, annoying our kids and grandkids with our stories. I like that plan, I said. Me too, Damien agreed. 36 years in, we started writing our story down. For our grandchildren, so they would know how we met. We wrote about the nightclub, about me getting lost, about sitting in the wrong booth, about Damien telling me to stay. We wrote about the intensity of that first week, the long-distance relationship, the decision to move, the struggles to maintain identity, the building of partnership. We wrote about Emma, about grandchildren, about 36 years of choosing each other. This is important, I said. Future generations should know that love stories aren't always neat. They're messy and complicated and require work. But they're worth it, Damien added. Every challenge, every struggle, all of it is worth it when you find the right person. 37 years after that nightclub, Emma's daughter Chloe started asking questions. She was 11 now, curious about everything. Grandma, she asked, how did you meet Grandpa? I sat in the wrong booth at a nightclub, I explained. What do you mean wrong booth? Chloe asked. I got lost, I said. Thought I was sitting in my friend's booth. But it was actually your grandpa's booth. What did he do? Chloe asked. He told me to sit, I said. That I was with him. That's bold, Chloe said. It was, I confirmed. I should have left, but something made me stay. What? Chloe asked. I don't know, I admitted. Curiosity, maybe, or fate, or just the feeling that this person was important. Do you believe in fate now? Chloe asked. I believe in choice, I said. I chose to stay that night. You chose to pursue me. We've chosen each other every day for 37 years. That's not fate, that's decision. 38 years in, Damien and I were sitting on our porch in Napa. We did this most evenings now, sat together, watched the sunset, talked or didn't talk, just existed together. This is peace, Damien said. After decades of building and achieving and striving, this is what I was working toward without knowing it. What's that? I asked. This, Damien gestured at our life. You and me, family nearby.
Decades, Damien said. We're going to grow old together, really old, annoying our kids and grandkids with our stories.
I like that plan, I said. Me too, Damien agreed. 36 years in, we started writing our story down for our grandchildren, so they would know how we met. We wrote about the nightclub, about me getting lost, about sitting in the wrong booth, about Damien telling me to stay. We wrote about the intensity of that first week, the long-distance relationship, the decision to move, the struggles to maintain identity, the building of partnership. We wrote about Emma, about grandchildren, about 36 years of choosing each other. This is important, I said. Future generations should know that love stories aren't always neat. They're messy and complicated and require work. But they're worth it, Damien added. Every challenge, every struggle, all of it is worth it when you find the right person. 37 years after that nightclub, Emma's daughter Chloe started asking questions. She was 11 now, curious about everything. "Grandma," she asked, "how did you meet Grandpa?" "I sat in the wrong booth at a nightclub," I explained. "What do you mean wrong booth?" Chloe asked. "I got lost," I said. "Thought I was sitting in my friend's booth, but it was actually your grandpa's booth." "What did he do?" Chloe asked. "He told me to sit, that I was with him." "That's bold," Chloe said. "It was," I confirmed. "I should have left, but something made me stay." "What?" Chloe asked. "I don't know," I admitted. "Curiosity, maybe. Or fate. Or just the feeling that this person was important." "Do you believe in fate now?" Chloe asked. "I believe in choice," I said. "I chose to stay that night. You chose to pursue me. We've chosen each other every day for 37 years. That's not fate, that's decision." 38 years in, Damien and I were sitting on our porch in Napa. We did this most evenings now. Sat together, watched the sunset, talked or didn't talk, just existed together. "This is peace," Damien said. "After decades of building and achieving and striving, this is what I was working toward without knowing it." "What's that?" I asked. "This," Damien gestured at our life. "You and me, family nearby. Time to just be. No more proving anything, just living." "I love that," I said. 39 years after sitting in that wrong booth, we were still going strong, still in love, still grateful for that mistake. "People ask me sometimes if I believe in fate," I said one day. "What do you tell them?" Damien asked. "I tell them I believe in choice," I said. "I chose to stay that night. You chose to pursue me. We chose each other every day since. That's not fate, that's commitment." 40 years after I sat in the wrong VIP booth, we threw another party. 4 decades since that nightclub. 4 decades of building a life together. Emma and her family came. Little Chloe was 12, baby Damien was 7. The house was full of love and laughter. In my speech, I talked about 4 decades of choice, about sitting in the wrong place and finding the right person, about choosing love every single day for 40 years. In his speech, Damien talked about knowing, about how some connections are instant and lasting, about how he knew within minutes that I was special. 40 years later, Damien said, "I still feel the same way I did that night. Chloe is special. Chloe is mine. Chloe is my forever. I'm grateful every day that she got lost, that she sat in my booth, that she stayed when I told her to." Looking around that room, I felt overwhelming gratitude for getting lost, for sitting in the wrong booth, for Damien telling me to stay, for choosing him every day for 4 decades. I sat in the wrong VIP booth 40 years ago. A powerful stranger told me to sit, that I was with him. That choice created everything. 4 decades of love, a family, a legacy. And I would make that choice again every single time. That's our story. A wrong booth, a powerful stranger, 40 years of choosing each other, and the adventure continues. 41 years after that nightclub, we reflected on how far we had come.
From that wrong booth to this life, from strangers to soulmates, from youth to wisdom. We were in our early 60s now, gray hair and wrinkles, but still holding hands, still choosing each other. One morning, sitting on our Napa porch, Damien asked me something. "Do you remember what you were thinking that night when I told you to sit?" "I was thinking I should leave, that you were presumptuous and probably dangerous." "I was both," Damien said. "Presumptuous, definitely. Dangerous in my own way." "What changed your mind?" Damien asked. "Why did you stay?" "Your eyes," I said. "There was something in your eyes. Intensity, but also loneliness. Like you were this powerful person, but also just human. I saw both, and I was intrigued." "I was lonely," Damien admitted. "Surrounded by people, but completely alone. Then you sat in my booth, and something shifted." "What shifted?" I asked. "Everything," Damien said. "My whole world shifted." 42 years in, Emma's son Damien started asking about our story. He was now 9.
Obsessed with love stories. "Grandpa," he asked, "did you really tell Grandma to sit in your booth?" "I did," Damien confirmed. "That's so cool," little Damien said. "You just commanded her to stay." "It was bold," Damien admitted. "Maybe too bold. But I knew what I wanted." "What did you want?" little Damien asked. "Her," Damien said simply. "I wanted your grandma, and I wasn't going to let her walk away without at least trying." "Did you know she was special right away?" little Damien asked. "Within minutes," Damien said. "Sometimes you just know." 43 years after that wrong booth, we celebrated Emma and Jake's 20th anniversary. They had made it to 2 decades, following in our footsteps. "You taught us well," Emma said at their anniversary party. "Taught you what?" I asked. "How to choose each other," Emma said. "How to work through challenges. How to build partnership. We watched you do it for decades. That showed us what was possible." "I'm proud of you both," Damien said. "Marriage isn't easy. You've done the work." "Because you showed us how," Jake added. "You and Chloe model what commitment looks like. Not perfection, but persistence." 44 years in, Damien and I took a long trip, 6 months traveling the world. No schedule, no obligations, just exploring together. "This is what life should be," I said one day in Greece. "Just us and adventure." "I agree," Damien said. "We spent too many years working. Now we get to enjoy what we built." "I'm grateful for every year," I said. "Even the hard ones?" Damien asked. "Especially the hard ones," I said. "They taught us how to be strong together." 45 years after sitting in that wrong VIP booth, we were still discovering new things about each other. "After 45 years, you'd think we'd know everything," I said. "But you still surprise me." "Good surprises?" Damien asked. "The best kind," I confirmed. "Like what?" Damien asked. "Like how gentle you are with the grandkids," I said. "You were always this powerful businessman, but with them, you're just grandpa, soft and patient and kind." "They bring out a different side," Damien admitted. "The side that doesn't have to prove anything, can just love and be loved." "That's my favorite side of you," I said. 46 years in, we faced new health challenges. Both of us had various issues, normal aging, but still difficult. "Our bodies are betraying us," I joked after a doctor's appointment. "They're just reminding us we're mortal," Damien said, "reminding us to appreciate every day." "Every day with you is a gift," I said, "even the hard ones." "Even the hard ones," Damien confirmed. 47 years after that nightclub, Emma announced she was writing a book about family, about marriage, about learning from her parents. "I'm using your story," Emma said. "The wrong booth, the powerful stranger, how you built 47 years of love from one mistake. With your permission, of course." "You have my permission," I said. "But Emma, make sure you tell the truth.
The struggles, too, not just the romance. I will, Emma promised. That's the important part. Showing that love is work. Beautiful work, but still work. 48 years after I sat in the wrong booth, we were sitting in our living room. Photos everywhere of our life together. The nightclub would be different now, I said. What do you mean? Damien asked. It's probably closed or changed. Everything changes. But we haven't, Damien said. Not in the ways that matter. We're still us, just older, wiser, more grateful. Do you ever wish we could go back to that night? Never, Damien said. I love who we've become, love the life we've built. I wouldn't trade one gray hair for being young again. Me neither, I agreed. 49 years in, we were preparing for our 50th anniversary, half a century since that nightclub. The party was being planned by Emma. She wanted it to be special. This is a big deal, Emma said. 50 years. You need to celebrate properly. We just want family, I said. Nothing fancy. Your whole life is fancy, Emma argued. Dad told you to sit in a VIP booth. Might as well have a VIP anniversary party. She had a point. The party was scheduled for the 50-year mark, but before it happened, something occurred that changed everything. Damien collapsed at home. Heart attack. Major one. I rode with him in the ambulance, holding his hand, praying. He made it through surgery, but recovery was long. You scared me, I told him in the hospital. I'm sorry, Damien said, his voice weak. Don't apologize, I said. Just get better. We have our 50th anniversary coming up. I'll be there, Damien promised. Damien recovered, slowly but surely, and on our 50th anniversary, he walked into the party on his own. The party was beautiful. Family everywhere, friends we had known for decades, people whose lives we had touched. In my speech, I talked about 50 years, about sitting in the wrong booth and finding my forever, about nearly losing him recently and being reminded how precious time is. 50 years ago, I said, I was young and lost in a nightclub. I sat in the wrong booth. A man told me to sit, that I was with him. I should have left. Every logical part of me said to leave, but I stayed, and that choice gave me 50 years of love. I paused, looked at Damien. He looked tired, but happy, alive. Nearly losing you last month reminded me not to take any day for granted, I said. So Damien Cross, thank you for telling me to sit 50 years ago, for choosing me every day since, for surviving that heart attack so we could be here, for 50 years of love. In his speech, Damien was emotional. 50 years ago, he said, his voice shaky from recovery. A woman sat in my booth by mistake. I told her to stay. It was the best decision I ever made. He looked at me. Chloe gave me 50 years of love, Damien said. A daughter, grandchildren, a life worth living. A reason to survive that heart attack, because I'm not done with you yet. We still have adventures ahead. The room erupted in applause. Emma cried, the grandchildren cheered. After the party, Damien and I sat alone. 50 years, I said. Half a century since that nightclub. Best 50 years of my life, Damien said. Mine too, I agreed. We held hands. Two people who had spent 50 years choosing each other, who had survived challenges and celebrated triumphs, who had built a life from one moment in a VIP booth. I sat in the wrong booth 50 years ago. A powerful stranger told me to sit. That choice became my whole life. 50 years of love, of partnership, of choosing each other every single day. And as we sat there, holding hands at 76 and 72, I knew one thing for certain. I would make that same choice every single time. Wrong booth, right person, perfect life. That's our story, and I'm grateful for every moment of it.
51 years after that nightclub, life settled into a peaceful rhythm. Damien's health had stabilized. We spent our days together, walking, reading, spending time with family. "This is what I always wanted," Damien said one morning. "What's that?" I asked. "Peace," Damien said. Success was exciting. Building the company was thrilling. But this is what I was working toward, just being with you. "You have me," I said. "Always have, always will." 52 years in, little Chloe graduated high school. She was 18 now, heading to college. She came to visit before leaving. "Tell me the story one more time," she asked. "Which story?" I asked, though I knew. "The booth story," Chloe said. "I never get tired of hearing it." So I told it again, about getting lost, about the wrong booth, about Damien telling me to stay, about 52 years that followed. "That's the best love story," Chloe said. "It's my favorite story," I agreed, because it's true. 53 years after sitting in that wrong booth, Emma published her book. It was about our family, our story, the lessons she had learned from watching us. The book was beautiful, honest about the challenges, clear about the work required, but ultimately hopeful about what's possible when two people choose each other. "You made us sound good," I told Emma at her book launch. "I told the truth," Emma said. "You and Dad aren't perfect, but you're committed. That's what matters." Damien was proud. He stood at the book launch with tears in his eyes. "You wrote our story," he told Emma, "better than we could have." "It's not just your story," Emma said. "It's all of ours. The whole family story, starting with that booth." 54 years in, Damien and I took one more trip. Back to New York, to the neighborhood where that nightclub had been. The club was gone now, replaced by a high-rise. But we stood on the street, remembered. "This is where it all started," I said. "This is where you got lost," Damien corrected. "Lucky for me. Lucky for both of us," I said. We held hands, stood on that New York street, two people in their 70s who had built a lifetime from one moment. "I would do it all again," Damien said. "Every moment, every challenge, all of it." "Me too," I agreed. 55 years after that nightclub, we were content, not doing much, just being together. "Is this boring?" I asked Damien one day. "What?" he asked. "This," I gestured at our quiet life. "Just sitting here, no adventures, no drama." "This isn't boring," Damien said. "This is what we earned. 55 years of adventures mean we get to just sit now, just be. That's the reward." "I like that perspective," I said. 56 years in, Damien had another health scare. Another hospital stay, but he pulled through. "You're not getting rid of me yet," he told me. "Good," I said. "I'm not done with you." "We're never done," Damien said. "We'll choose each other until the end, and then we'll find each other in whatever comes after." "That's romantic," I said. "It's true," Damien corrected. 57 years after I sat in the wrong booth, we renewed our vows one final time. Just us and a minister, no party, no crowd, just recommitting to each other. In my vows, I talked about 57 years, about sitting in the wrong place and finding the right person, about choosing him every day and being chosen in return. In his vows, Damien talked about that first night, about how he knew within minutes that I was special, about how 57 years later, he still felt the same way.
After the ceremony, we sat on our porch. 57 years, I said. Most of my life with you. All the best parts of my life with you, Damien corrected. We sat in the sunset, two people who had spent nearly 6 decades together, who had built a life from one moment in a VIP booth. Looking back on 57 years, I'm amazed by everything. By the life we built, by the challenges we overcame, by the love that sustained us through it all. I sat in the wrong VIP booth 57 years ago. A powerful stranger told me to sit, that I was with him. That choice created everything. A marriage, a family, grandchildren, a legacy. And as I sit here at 78, holding Damien's hand at 74, I know one absolute truth. That wrong booth was the right booth. That powerful stranger became my everything. And sitting down when he told me to was the best decision I ever made. Sometimes mistakes are really opportunities. Sometimes getting lost leads you exactly where you need to be. Sometimes a wrong booth becomes your whole world. That's what happened to me, and I'm grateful for every single moment of the journey. People often ask me for advice about relationships, about taking risks, about finding love, and I always tell them the same thing. Sometimes you have to be willing to sit in the wrong booth, to make mistakes, to get lost, because that's where you find what you're really looking for. I wasn't looking for Damien that night. I was just looking for my friends, but I found my future instead. That's how life works. The things we need most often come when we're not looking for them, when we're lost, when we make mistakes, when we end up in the wrong place that turns out to be exactly the right place. Damien tells a different version of the story. He says he was looking for me, that he had been searching for someone real, someone genuine, someone who would see him as a person and not just as wealth or power. And then I literally sat in his lap. Not literally, I always correct. I sat in his booth, big difference. Details, Damien says. The point is, you came to me. The universe sent you. I don't believe in the universe sending people, I argue. I believe in mistakes and choices and two people deciding to build something together. Maybe it's both, Damien suggests. Maybe the universe put you in the wrong booth, and then we chose what to do with that moment. Maybe, I concede. 58 years after that nightclub, I can admit that maybe there was something bigger at work. Maybe some mistakes are really meant to be. Maybe some wrong turns lead to exactly the right destination. Maybe sitting in the wrong booth was exactly what I was supposed to do. All I know for certain is this. I sat down, Damien told me to stay, and I chose to listen. That choice created 58 years of love. And if I had it to do over again, I would make the same choice every single time. Wrong booth, right person, perfect life. That's our story. And the best part? The story isn't over yet. We still have time, still have moments, still have each other, still choosing each other every single day. After 58 years, we're still sitting in that booth together, still building, still loving, still grateful for that one mistake that changed everything. That's the lesson I want people to take from our story. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to get lost. Don't be afraid to end up in the wrong place, because sometimes the wrong place is exactly where you need to be. Sometimes a mistake is really an opportunity in disguise. Sometimes getting lost helps you find what you were looking for all along. I sat in the wrong VIP booth 58 years ago. A powerful stranger told me to sit, said I was with him that night. I stayed. And that one choice, that one moment of courage or curiosity or fate, created everything. Created this life. Created this love. Created 58 years of choosing each other. So if you're lost in a nightclub someday or anywhere else in life, and you end up in the wrong booth, consider staying. Consider taking the risk. Consider being brave enough to see where that mistake might lead, because it might just lead to everything you've ever wanted. That's what happened to me, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Did you like my story? Which city are you listening from? Let's meet in the comments. If you liked the story, you can support me by sending a super thanks so I can keep bringing more stories like this. Thank you so much for your sweet support. I'm looking forward to your comments on the story. On the screen, you can see 2 new life stories that I highly recommend. There's so much more on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story. With love and respect.